There are a lot of wrong things that are happening in the church today. One time I entered a certain church and I found I was there, not that I was taught. The prophet was teaching people how to speak in tongues. And he taught people that as I pray, I want you to open your mouth and be just doing pa 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 pa, and the Spirit of the Lord will come upon you. And people were doing that. You cannot reverse the baptism of the Spirit. And suddenly people were speaking different kinds of tongues. Others were screaming, others were falling. And in my spirit, I knew this is not the way the Spirit works. There are a lot of false tongues that believers have been speaking. There are a lot of man-made tongues, a language that is an imitation of the Spirit. And it is not inspired whatsoever by the Holy Spirit. Men just speak the way they feel led. Speaking in tongues is not a choice. So I just choose to speak in tongues. No, it's a privilege of the Spirit. And it is not everyone that is even meant to speak in tongues. It comes as the Spirit wills, and it is a language given by the Spirit. If we cannot deal with the issue of false tongues in the church, there are many people in the Pentecostal circles that are living a lie, that are being misled. And it opens an opportunity for the devil to have influence in your life when you make up your own tongues. And you have to also understand that you cannot imitate someone's spiritual tongue. You cannot speak my tongues. You cannot take my tongues and make them the voice that must be produced by you. You cannot imitate tongues. I remember at a certain time in life when there was a track of tongues. It was called combined tongues. Different servants of God were added in one crib when they are speaking in tongues. I remember some men of God would rehearse the whole crib become their tongue. And they would stand on the altar and speak the whole crib, tongue by tongue. It is not an inspiration of the Spirit, because each and every one of us has a portion of God's inspiration, has a portion of God, of Spirit's baptism. So when it comes upon your life and He baptizes you and He sits upon you, He gives you His own utterance. It is not up to what you desire. It is how He desires it. And it has no specific direction. There are people that speak in tongues who are here, they are specific direction. They speak the same tongues every day. Years after years, they speak the same tongues. Your tongues do not develop. There's something wrong. It may be that that tongue was influenced by your self-induced desire to speak in tongues. We must be careful. God must restore us to the right spirit.